Hey, what's up everybody? 3D Theory here. It is July 26, 2024 at 7:56 a.m. and this is vlog number 15. What do we have here? This is Bo-Katan's throne from Mandalorian Season 2. I had modeled this when it first had come out, and it's a phone holder, much like the Darth Vader throne that you can also tilt, and the other one, that Bo-Katan one, also you can tilt as well, and the Sith throne from episode 9, originally designed by Ralph McCreary though, meant to be used in the original trilogy. If you guys want to get these, they're in the description below for free on my Make a World profile. Actually, this one I haven't put up yet, but this one's on there, and I'm about to put this one after I build it. I want to make sure they print fine, and that I can put it together and have it ready before I upload it onto Make a World, because they ask that you make sure that it prints out fine and everything like that. So this one is about to go on. The profile's ready. I just want to put it together, make sure, and I'm going to click publish. So this one's going to go up pretty soon. Someone had suggested yesterday to wash the build plates, and it'll help with not sticking so hard. So I washed this one and I washed that one yesterday off of the very first print that I took off of them after being washed. I recorded it, so I'm going to insert that here, and then once that's done, we'll come back to today. Hey, what's up everybody? It is still July 25th. It's 6:35 p.m. and someone commented that if I were to wash the PEI sheet, it might help with it not sticking so hard. So I marked right here, it says washed. So this is one of the washed ones, and down in the corner there, I washed that PEI sheet. So I'm actually going to try to remove the washed one and see if it releases any easier. A little bit. No, yeah. No, for real. That was a little bit easier. And here we go. Yeah, that one, I mean, I'm pretty sure that one came off a little easier. That one came off a little easier. Had to have. But we'll see now with the plates. This one's washed. As you can see, it says washed. That one's not washed. By the way, it's much hotter this time of day. It was 101 earlier, but it's 97.5 right now, degrees Fahrenheit. Alright, we're just going to do the same thing here. This is washed. I'm actually going to attempt to take this out with my hand. So, honestly, like, this was already up a little bit. No kidding, man. Whoa, that did come off easier. The washed one. Okay, I'm just a little amazed. Alright, I'm going to show you this one now. Now with my hand. No way, Jose. So, it helped a little bit. I'll be completely honest. This definitely came off a little bit, with a little bit more difficulty, but not too much more difficulty. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, if this is, let's say, a 6, taking it off of a non-washed build plate versus a washed build plate, PEI sheet, if this was a 6, this was probably a 4. So there was a slight, maybe even a 3, I'd say. That's pretty good. Washing the PEI sheet, that's pretty good. By the way, just in case you guys were wondering, how did I wash it? I just took the PEI sheet, ran it under some water, got this here Ultra Shine Premium Dish Liquid, plant-based. from Kirkland brand. I put like a little swirl on it, that's about it. And I just used my hand to rub it in until it was nice and sooty. I didn't wash the other side, I only washed the side that has been printed on. I rinsed it off. I grabbed 2 paper towels and I wiped it dry. And that was it. Nice. It's currently 80.6 degrees Fahrenheit in the 3D printer room. It's early morning. Not as early as others, but it's early morning. So we're going to go ahead and try to take this one out and that one out. And, well, not try. We're going to take them out and we're going to see how it is with the second one and how often we'd need to wash the build plate, because I do feel like yesterday it came off a little easier. So let's get production going. Then we'll take that off and go from there. I'm happy to say that after taking out those 4 that were moist, the PETG, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. This one was printing just fine until it got to where it is now, and then it started to get moist. So I simply just put wet. It's a short word, I know what it means, and it just means that it's moist PETG. So I'm happy to say that I did get a couple of spools of filament finished. So this is the finished box. Even after there was some moist ones. And I printed out another piece here. And it looks great. Alright guys, much like yesterday, I'm going to try to take this off as quickly and as easy as possible with the wet or with the washed build plate. Yeah, without a doubt, that's so much easier. Man, that's great. I'm just amazed that just washing a build plate can do that. Now let's try the other one. So I'm going to take this one off. Yeah, it's this one's the unwashed one. This one came off a little easier, I have to, again, admit. I don't want to repeat myself because of yesterday's video, but let's go back down to the bottom. Okay, after yesterday's video, I did use my hands, so it was definitely easier. But this time I'm going to use my little plastic spatula I got. Yep, way easier. No chips, nothing like that. That is fantastic. Oh man. By the way, just a little bit of appreciation for how cleanly this is printing. Man, it's nice. I mean, without a doubt, I could already feel it. It's already a little bit more difficult. But again, not too much more difficult, but slightly more difficult. All right, and I'm keeping the double tapered blade. I really would like to get the correct blades from Bamboo Lab. I may just ask if they could send me the right ones, because it's such a bummer. I printed out all the handles, but it's okay. I really appreciate this one though, because this one is awesome. I feel like this blade scenario became such a thing. And I wasn't even going to use the blades in the beginning. But then I used this one, which just so happened to be the only one that had double tapers, or bevels, however you want to call it. And I ended up loving it. I'm going to throw these down there. Quickly take these off. And all the spools look good in terms of how much they have left on them. And I'm just going to get these started. Right on. Cool. Hey, someone was asking about these kits in the comments. So I got these kits, these 4 of them, the boat model components kit. And I got those all from the 4 that I bought from Micro Center, but the one that I got from Bamboo Lab directly didn't come with one. I don't imagine myself using those, so I'm not too bummed about it, but I do want those scraper razors. The temperature is going to start getting hot, so I'm going to put it on low here. Okay, Bo-Katan's throne. There's a couple of tree supports in there. I'm taking it out as I'm showing you here, but I modeled this myself based off of the images. A little funny story. I got really excited. I saw the images. There was a trailer that was out where it shows her kind of just lounging on the throne. And I went to go make it. I went to go make the throne, and I got so excited about it. And when I finally watched the show, when it came out, the throne was destroyed like the moment it was showed. Like I think the little castle or whatever, the building that the throne was in, got instantly destroyed. So I was kind of bummed out about that. But nonetheless, it was a cool looking throne. I'm just cleaning up some of these tree supports here. But it's a really cool throne. And it's really tall. And this is definitely a statement piece. Because this thing is like that tall for your phone. And it looks really grand. But again, there's two major pieces. There's the bottom piece where the seat is at, and then the backrest. The rest of it here, it's pretty much the same for the Vader throne, same for the Sith throne. It's 2 support bars, like you saw in the assembly video. There's these 3 hinge pieces. The rest for the support bars, where it rests and kind of clips into place. You got 3 dowels, and then the 3 caps for the dowels. So that's pretty much it. How's the print quality on these guys? Pretty good, pretty darn good. I think with the black PETG that I have, it's great. It's shiny, except I think it's a little moist. So there's a little bit of bubbling that occurs and here and there. But other than that, it does look really cool. So when it's finally assembled, it's going to look something like that. I'm going to assemble this out. Again, I'll probably assemble this tomorrow and also create another separate assembly video just so I can attach it to the Maker World and go from there. So I want to continue production with this machine. My new strategy is to use the most recent near empty spools. So, and then this is another box of near empty spools. I started with the oldest, so hopefully these haven't picked up too much moisture, because these are about 2.5 months old just sitting there. This is probably about a few weeks old. So I'm gonna just clear this out, take off that black PETG, load up some of these, and just continue production on this machine. I keep thinking I need to unload the filament here, but I have to remember that this AMS always cuts it, so it's already cut and ready to unload. And in all honesty, I did want to see if potentially there was an issue in port 1, because that's where I was getting a lot of that moisture issue, where the filament was being purged and then printed for 3 seconds, purged. But no, this was on port 1, and it printed out great, as you saw. All right, so these are some of the more recent near empty spools of filament. Just gonna cut that, bring this around this way. Once you get the hang of this thing, it's so much fun. And it was fun in the beginning too, but once you get the hang of it, it's just something else. It's just really fun to work with. This is going in just fine. Grab another recent near empty spool. I'm gonna try to straighten this one out as opposed to cut it. Load this up to port 4, and there it goes. From that point, I'm just gonna go ahead and start printing. So we did left latch, right latch. Now I'm gonna do left plate. Oh, and I'm gonna switch this back first to gray so it knows, to auto refill. Go in here, click gray, make sure it's PETG, good to go. That's gonna update. It just takes a second for some reason, but nonetheless it updates, and then we can just go in and start the left plate print. We'll start it out with the lowest one, which is number 2. So After number 2, it'll go to 1, then 3, then 4. Again, someone had mentioned to get the Sunlu filament, or just the filament connector in general. But Sunlu did come out with a really cool one. And if I didn't have an AMS, I would probably get it. But since I have an AMS, I really don't need it anymore. Because all it does is you get a near empty spool, you connect them, you undo the spool, and wrap it around the newly connected spool. And you get the same result as just putting a spool here. When it finishes, it'll use the next spool. Once that finishes, use the next spool, and it's just automatic. And I have an entire box of empty spools now, and all these were done on the AMS. So out of, I don't know, how many spools is that? Let's try it. I'm going to try to count it really quick. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. So out of, I'll say this is 12 because it's almost finished. So out of 12 spools, I got 3 that were wet. I didn't really test out the other 2 I took off the AMS yesterday. I just took them off kind of like a batch that came from that old box. So out of 12, 3 were for sure moist, 2 are potentially moist. And those are really good odds. I still have this entire box full of near empty spools. So honestly, the AMS does use near empty spools just fine, and you don't really need to use a connector if you have an AMS. Alright guys, that about does it for today's vlog. It was just a standard routine day today. We're going to build out this cool piece in another video. Thank you for joining me. Until next time, peace, love, and joy.